Hello, people, and the postman's been. So yeah, we've got 4 pickups this week so far. So we thought we'd rattle through them and quickly show you. The first one is Beast Wars Transformers. I've been wanting this one into the collection for ages, but on eBay they tend to go towards the £30. Sell them for up to £40. We only paid £15, I think 10p for this. So this was off Vinted. Yeah, Beast Wars Transformers, fully complete, in pretty good condition. There's a little crack, I don't know if you pick up on the screen there, but we've got a few spare cases for PS1 games. Fully complete, manual, disc. The disc has got some light scratches on, but I mean, what you'd expect from a PS1 game. Yeah, this isn't a great game. Graphically, it doesn't hold up in today, but there is got a really good thing that you need to change between obviously the beast and your transformer to get past certain parts of the level. So that's kind of unique, but in general, this isn't the world's greatest game. But yeah, glad to get that one into the collection. Been wanting it for a while. Next up is a PS2 game. Is Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. A lot of people, especially if they collect PS2, will have this in the collection. It's a great game. I've played it before back in the day. We always said back in the day, I guess, but great condition. It's like very good condition. Very happy to have this into the collection. They are making a remake of this. I believe it's coming out soonish on PS5. So that'll be very interesting to play that and see what that's like. But yeah, happy to put that into the collection. The next one was recommended on a channel I watch and support called PS2 Mini Games. If you've never heard of him, you probably have. Go and check him out because his videos are absolutely hilarious. He's very funny and very informative and knows a hell of a lot about PS2. And he recommended the Evil Twin. Apparently, this is a PAL exclusive and you couldn't get it anywhere else. And he said it was really good. So, I mean, what more do you need? This case, as you can hear, is quite clearly not an official PS2 case. I mean, you can tell it's very flimsy. So it's obviously been repackaged, but it's in very good condition. Obviously complete. The case doesn't bother me much. There's a little bit of on the front, a little bit of yellowing. I don't know if you can pick it up there. Hardly anything, but yeah, really happy with that. Definitely looking forward to giving this a go. Yeah, don't know much about it, so I can't tell you much apart from obviously the little videos that PS2 Mini Games had on his channel. So yeah, happy to put that into collection. We'll be giving that a go soon. The last one this week so far is Sonic Generations for the PS3. Picked this up for I think it was £5.40 or £5.50, which is an absolute bargain, I think, because CEX I think charged £10 or £12 for this. So yeah, very happy to put that one into the collection. Yeah, Sonic Generations. It says here you have 2 ways to play, hence the word Generations, I guess. You can play classic Sonic, which is a 2D side-scrolling game, a bit like the old games, or you can play modern-day Sonic, which is 3D. So yeah, I'll give them both a go, but I'm not a huge Sonic fan. Much prefer Nintendo when I was growing up rather than Sega. Although I'm a huge fan of the Sega Game Gear. We have a collection of over 55-ish games. Yeah, love the Sega Game Gear, so I have played Sonic quite a bit on that. So anyway, that will be going into the collection. So that is 4 more games. Only one PS3 game so far this week, but we will be going to the boot fair on Sunday, which will be on this video. So yeah, join us, see what we find at the boot fair. See you in a bit.
Just a small trading pile today. Flashback for the SNES, fully complete in box with box protector, and this Game Boy Advance purple. Yeah, just no real need for it. Got 3 other consoles we can play GBA games on. So yeah, bit of trading credit for a sweet voucher.
And we're back. So yeah, nice morning at the boot fair. Then up to the town to get some breakfast, and then into CEX before coming back home. Yeah, so the boot fair was not too bad. Only a couple of pickups. There was a couple of stalls with games. One mostly sun faded and water damaged games, so obviously keep them out when the weather's not great. Another one asking way too much, and then one stall which had really good prices. But most of it was fodder, and we already had it. But we did get a couple from him. We got F1 Championship Edition. We already have this in the collection. Um, but yeah, this is CIB. We paid £2, which is probably a little bit too much for it. Pound would probably be better, but the reason I bought this is because the one we have in the collection has this. I don't know if you can catch it on the camera. It's very sun faded. Yeah, more pink than red. So yeah, every time I saw it on the shelf, it just kind of irritated me. So £2 paid to get rid of that was a good bargain. Second up is a double platinum pack, Galax Z the Void, and Skulls of the Shogun Bonafide Edition. Now, Skulls of the Shogun is a fast-paced turn-based strategy game. Not my cup of tea, so I probably won't be playing that. The reason I bought it is for Galax. Galax is a smut. Let's take it out of the baggie. We haven't got so much reflection. Oh, and it's sealed, so it's probably still going to be there. We will be unsealing this. Yeah, nice smut to play. I do love playing these type of games. Yeah, so that's one to add to the collection. Happy. Did I say £5 paid for this? So not too bad for that. Then we went up to town. Like I said, had breakfast. Went into CEX. We traded in the GBA, purple GBA. We got discounted price for that, so £40 credit. We pretty much knew we'd get discounted because it had a replacement battery cover, a few scratches on the screen, so more than happy with that. They wouldn't take flashback. Apparently this is, I didn't even notice, this is a Australian version. Still PAL, so it doesn't really matter, it's in English, but they wouldn't take this, even though we bought it from them like a year ago. They did say they'd look back on our account and see if it was on there, and if it would, they'd honour it and take it in. But to be fair, I was umming and ahhing whether I wanted to get rid of it. So yeah, I'm going to keep this and put it back in the collection. Yeah, so not too disappointed with that. We had our £40 credit. So on to what we got from CEX. 3 pickups. The first one, and we were going all out here. £1. Yes, we're big spenders. Vancouver 2010. I don't need to tell you too much about this game. I haven't played it. I won't be playing it. Yeah, Winter Olympics. So all that skiing and snowboarding and bobsleighing and luging and whatever. But yeah, £1 paid. Obviously, we need it for the collection. So for £1, then it's in good condition. You've always got to pick these up. Next up is Dynamite Heady. Now I paid £12 for this. This is the Game Gear game. Anyone that knows me knows I collect for the Game Gear. We only collect loose because box Game Gears are way too expensive. The artwork is very basic. Very good condition. We have our trusty Game Gear here, modded obviously because Game Gears are pretty shite for picture quality. So yeah, if we can catch that on there. I don't know anything about this game, so it's a little bit of a not a gamble because we want it for the collection anyway. I'll pick up all Game Gear games I can get my hands on. Let's just have a quick look, see if we can get that on there. So yeah, jump, and that's why they call it heady. I guess you chuck his head to damage stuff. Yeah, I mean, I would say it looks interesting. It's very colourful. But yeah, anyway, that's that. £12 paid. Dynamite Heady. Happy to put that into the collection. I think we're up to about 57 Game Gear games now, so yeah, very happy with that. And the last game, the one we went up for really, and was hoping they had a manual, was No More Heroes. I've been after this game for ages. Every time I see it, it's got no manual, and yeah, it only came into the store yesterday. We saw it come in, so we went straight out there today. And when she got it off the shelf and showed us, we were like, "Oh no, not again!" And I said, "Oh, I'll probably leave it because it's got no manual." And she said, "Oh, let me just check where the disc is." She's got the disc out, and the manual's with the disc. She said some of them they do keep, even though this was behind the shelf. Some of them they do keep the manuals with the disc, mainly because this is like a comic book. It's got all the normal stuff a manual would have, but it's also a comic book as well. So she said that's probably why they put it with that. Um, yeah, so very happy with that. Fully complete. Yeah, a nice big hitter, or a mid-range hitter off of the PS3 collection. So yeah, very happy to add that finally. And I believe, I'm not sure, I think this has gone down in price because I'm sure this was around 60 or £65 at some point last year when I was looking to get it. So yeah, maybe we save some money waiting. Anyway, so yeah, 3 more PlayStation 3 games. Were technically 2, one's a replacement for the collection. Yeah, see you next week, guys. Next week, oh, by the way, we are going to Dover and Folkestone, I think, on a game hunt. So hopefully get some good footage down there. There's a couple of independent game stores. I think there's 2 in Dover and 1, I think, in Folkestone. Been there before. Looking forward to that. Yeah, see you next week, guys. The collection grows.